Oh. What's up, everybody? I was just having a moment. I cut my hair. I had a haircut yesterday. I cut my hair. I'm so happy with it. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Yeah, anyways, how are y'all? What's going on? Tell me everything. What are you up to? How's your day? Well, yeah, just tell me everything. Anyways, welcome. My name is Erin Bees. I'm glad that you're here. Yeah. Oh, thanks, guys. I was going to say something else. I was going to update you guys. But yeah, so I cut my hair. Here's the story. Let me tell you the story. Before I get into my intro, before I get into the disclaimer, we'll just chit chat for just a second. See where my hair was, the length, the sides of my hair came to just below my ear. And then I had like 4 different things going on. And in order for us to have done something with that to continue growing, I would have had to cut my hair to here. And maybe that would have looked good, but I was not feeling it. I was worried I was not going to like it. It wasn't, I feel like for me that it wasn't going to be edgy enough. It wasn't going to be, yeah. So, and my friend that does my hair and has for almost 10 years, she was looking at me like, I mean, we can do that. Cause I was like, just take these pieces off. And she was like, she's looking at my hair parted all crazy. And she was like, yeah, I don't think you will like it. And I said, okay, then we're not doing that. Plan B. And here we are. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. I guess this is called a mixie, a kind of grown out pixie. And that's what I'm rolling with. Eyeshadow today is by Adriana Nicole Cosmetics from her I Am Everything palette. Not an affiliate or anything, just like her brand. I'm a fan, so you can check that out if you are interested. There's some purple in this, but I don't know that it's coming through on camera. Anyways, let me run the disclaimer, and then I'll be right back, and we'll get started on the anti-MLM portion of this live stream. Okay, if you are brand new to my channel, welcome. My name is Erin Bees. I'm a wife, a mom, a military veteran, a certified personal trainer, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. We have another Pruvit video. Now listen, I was going to cover other things. I had a convo with some of the members on the members only live stream earlier this morning. I was like, aren't y'all tired of me talking about Pruvit? And they were like, no, I could never get tired of you talking about Pruvit. Several people said that. I was actually shocked because Pruvit is very easy for me to talk about because I was a part of it. So very easy to debunk for me. So if you guys ever get sick of it, feel free to let me know. You know, that's cool. And yeah, so we have a Pruvit video where they are talking in circles over and over again. And I don't know if you saw my reel that I put on Instagram. You should follow me on Instagram at The Real Beast Mode or on TikTok, Beast Mode LV, whichever platform you prefer. According to Business for Home, which is let me point this out. Business for Home is a pro multi-level marketing website. They love it. They're a fan of it. They think it's great. And according to Business for Home, Pruvit's revenue from between 2022 and 2023 is down $171 million. You heard that right. They are down 34% or $171 million. thanks to Charcity, who also pulled this from Business for Home. Let me pull up these messages here. Let's see. This is from growjoe.com. And in 2018, their revenue was $325 million. 2019, $325 million. 2020, $363 million. So they didn't really have the bump during the panini that they want everybody to think. But in 2021, $598 million. That could be from the bump. Who knows? 2022, $507 million. 2023, $336 million. They are bordering on the line of revenue that they were at in 2018. But, you know, we're going to hear all of the incredible things about the vision that Brian Underwood has for Pruvit and where the company's going and the level of belief and keep showing up and all the other cliche things that they say that are not backed by any facts. The facts show otherwise. Oh, man. Oh, Melody, you have no idea. This is incredible. This is amazing. Thank you for sharing this with us. Thank you for being brave enough to say this. This is amazing. And I'm so glad that you got out of Pruvit. I am so glad. And I'm so glad for all the other survivors, not just that got out of Pruvit, but that got out of MLM that are here. I'm so glad that you guys are here and that you got out of the MLM. Yeah. So also facts are not attacks. Yeah. Yeah. But that's awesome, Melody. I was going to tell you guys something else. I was recently sent, we're talking about Pruvit. So before we get into the videos or the video, anytime I talk about Pruvit, I am going to put out, I don't know what I want to call this, a request to Courtney Shepard. Courtney, I know you're going to see this. I know somebody's going to say something about it and you're going to, you know, not want to hear it. I need you to hear this. Whatever is on your face, you have this thing on your face that's not going away. It has a little white spot to it. Please go see a doctor. I am begging you at this point to go get that checked out while you're there, because of what we know about the lawsuits from the state of California against Pruvit and Terry LaCour and the heavy metals that go all the way back to 2017. Please have a heavy metal panel done. Have that blood work done. I am begging of you to do that. If nothing else, so you can say, no, I'm fine. If nothing else, prove me wrong. Please go get that checked out. And anybody else that has consumed Pruvit products, in my opinion, please get checked out if you are having symptoms that you don't understand. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I am not a medical professional. I am a person online that was a part of Pruvit and has a lot of opinions. So, yeah. But Courtney, please go get that checked out. It's not a bruise from how you applied your makeup or whatever you said in your live stream the other day. I know that you're aware of it because you're talking about it in your videos and in your stories and such. And I'm just going to say it one more time. Please go get that checked out. Please go see a doctor, an actual doctor, not Brian's doctor or whatever. Please go see an actual doctor. Thank you. Okay. Also, Jade from compliance at Pruvit. What's up, girl? Hope you're doing well. I see you guys saying hi to Jade. Hey, Tish, what's going on? Oh, man. Yeah, I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous about the heavy metal situation, if there is a situation, allegedly, in my opinion, because of the sheer amount of products that we all see them drinking on a daily basis. I'm nervous. Right. Also this, how can you get bruised from putting makeup on? Yeah, I need to get the clip of that because that was wild. Okay, so tonight's video that we're reacting to is a 56-minute long video. Want to give DC a special thank you because DC did some editing on this video, cut out the black, when somebody's on a Zoom and they're speaking and they're on their phone and you have those two black squares on each side. She cut that out, and she also added captions to this video. So really excited about that. DC, thank you again for volunteering to do that because that was amazing. Hey, Sav, what's going on? So again, Courtney, please get that checked out. Okay, let's get to today's video. And this is Natalie, and she's going to waste everybody's time on a company training that's supposed to be with business owners. But she's just going to waste everybody's time like she always does, in my opinion.
Hi, hello. Listen, if you can see Shelly or you can see Darlene and you were not smiling, I don't know what you're doing, because that was so much joy watching you two jam out. I mean, with that, is that a cat? Oh, Lord. Shelly's jamming out with her cat.
There it is.
So wonderful. Hello, hello. Welcome to our community call. I'm going to scroll through here, see who I can see. Alta, I see you. Miss Sue, I can see you. We got Brenda and Kim. Tammy. Let's see. Hey, Cheryl. We got Melody, Heather, Amanda. Look at all of you. iPhone de Jessica, I see you. Is that in Spanish? De Jessica? I like it. Welcome, welcome. Brandon, nice midnight shirt. I see you clocking in. I see you. Hey, hey, Dustin. We got Nick. Nick, are you in the Tron truck? Whatever it is. Whatever truck. You call it. Have you all seen Nick's Pruvit Tesla?
I have, unfortunately. It's not that cool.
Truck? If you haven't, you should go look at his social media because it is really something. It's really something.
My favorite.
Hey, Trisha. Let's see. Nick. I can see you and Megan, Christina. I'd love to see in the chat. So
I forgot I don't have my headphones on. What am I even thinking? I wanted to show you guys my hair because I got it cut. Now we're back to business. All right.
Pull up the chat here. I'd love to see in the chat where you are zooming in from.
Is she really loud or is it just me? She was loud before I put the headphones on, but if I need to turn her down, let me know. Also it's giving romper room vibes. Yeah. But they're talking to business owners. They're talking to people that are the CEOs of their own business. Also, how does that exactly work if the CEO is going to be on the call? Is it just everybody's a CEO? Everybody is, making the business decisions. Everybody is just, they're like co-CEOs. How's that work?
And if you've got teammates that aren't on, New Hampshire, okay, hey, Laura. If you've got teammates that aren't on, I'd love for you to pop them a quick text. Portugal, New York, Montana. Tell them you got to get on because we've got some special guests. We got Mr. Dustin.
I'm sorry. If it's the same people over and over again that show up on the trainings or on these Zooms, they're not a special guest. A special guest means it doesn't happen that often. But everybody's a special guest. Nick Martinez, Dustin Schaefer, Brian Underwood, those are not special guests. Okay, that's not how that works.
Schaefer gonna share. We got Miss Jamie Lynn gonna share, and then we got Blake as the caboose, bringing up the rear of the call to share some really great
Blake and caboose. Yeah.
Things we can't wait to tell you. We got St. Louis, Montana. Hey, I'm only like 3 hours from St. Louis.
Nobody cares.
Quebec.
Shout out to the Canadians,
is it French, Jessica? I thought it was Spanish. It's French. Singapore. Hey, Angie. Pittsburgh. Colorado.
Thanks,
Montana. Eva. Hey, Alicia.
I don't think any Canadian claims
Okay.
them.
As we kick off the call,
Actually, I take that back. Cheryl Pike probably claims them because she's Canadian.
one thing that I really love is to talk about something good. Days can be
yeah.
hard. We can all be going through stuff, but I love to hear some good stuff. So
Yeah, spill all the toxic positivity on this call, Natalie. Just everything's great. Everything's fantastic. Nothing's wrong.
tell me something good. You know that song that goes, "Tell me something good."
Stop it. Stop it.
I need Darlene singing behind me. Tell me something good in the chat. Maybe it's that you sent your kids back to school. See, I knew it. Trish, I got you. I got you. 18 MVPs. Mick Carrier, get out of here. Cheryl Pike, she broke MVP number 61. School shopping is done. James just got back from the European vacay. That's really fun. What else? Tell me something good.
I'll tell you something good, Natalie. Something so good. If you guys want to share something good just for funsies, it can be snarky if you want to. Do your thing. Something good. Apparently, between 2022 and 2023, Pruvit is down $171 million in revenue. They're down. According to Business for Home, a pro MLM website. Do we love it or do we love it? I mean, that's something good. That makes me real happy.
Oh, a wedding. Somebody had twins. Oh, the twins started kindergarten. Angela, take yourself to lunch, get a glass of wine. Alicia, 5 months on the round table. That's something good. We could celebrate that.
I mean, have you guys seen the roundtable numbers, which is their recruiting promo? You could get in the top 100 with having like 2 or 3 recruits in a month. Also, the difference between the recruiting roundtable that was put out in the last couple days and 10 days ago is really fascinating. Maybe I will do a video on that, like a short TikTok or something, because the numbers, they're interesting.
That's so good.
Melissa.
Jennifer is going to go get a rental car. I don't know where she's going, but how exciting.
What? It's none of your business now.
Donna saw New Kids on the Block in Toronto. Do you love that I know what NKOTB is? Come on. Come on. Back to school shopping. Oh, Laura's going on a cruise in less than 2 months. Is anybody else going on a cruise in less than 2 months? Let's see.
Natalie, when does the training start? When does it start? Because right now you're just wasting everybody's time. Is anybody else going on a cruise in a couple months? Tell me something good. Where are y'all coming in from? Have you texted your entire downline, your teamies, your sidelines? Have you texted everybody to make sure that they get on this important call? It's so important. We're going to have special guests, you guys. Come on.
Better only needs 1 more customer for 3 for free. That's amazing. Go, go, go. Happy birthday, Anime. That's exciting. Leaving for vacay this week. The Bahamas. Mick's going on the cruise. I can tell you that. Picked up her daughter.
I love that, Amy.
Tawny says a client told me today that she's lost a total of 183 pounds.
First of all, I have questions. Let's start with assigning some kind of a timeline to that. Along with that timeline, let's also assign or mention the things that they were doing to lose that weight. Were they manipulating their calories? Were they moving their body in the best of their ability? Were they getting more steps in? Were they going to the gym? Were they lifting weights? What were they doing to lose weight? Was it medically assisted? Did they go to the doctor and they were prescribed medication that helped with weight loss? There needs to be more. There needs to be more mentioned. You can't just say, oh my God, a client told me they lost 138 pounds and let everybody assume that it's from Pruvit ketones, which we know it's not, because if that were the case, they would have 0 body fat, especially these people that have been drinking them for years. Let's just be honest. Come on.
And she's enjoying her 3 for free already this month. I mean,
183.
183 pounds. That is worth celebrating. We got to talk more about celebrations. This is fun.
So fun. This is so fun.
Nick's going to Germany and Italy. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Congratulations to all of you. Keep celebrating the good things. Whether you feel like it's little or it's big, it's great to celebrate all of those.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Maple cream Oreos? What? Who said that? I need to know more about this. Erin, your soft whisper voice is hilarious. Thank you. They're not in the US. I need that.
Things like 3 for free, like helping somebody go MVP, like helping a new customer. Like, it's a big deal to help somebody lose 183 pounds.
She didn't say that.
Absolutely.
She didn't say that. She didn't say that Tawny the mermaid, who is probably who she's referring to, that is what she goes by on social media, by the way. She's of the Empire, or what was the Empire, whatever. Anyways, she didn't say that she coached her to losing 183 pounds. See, when you don't give all of the details and the parameters of the journey to lose weight, then people assume, just like Natalie did right here. I mean, perfect example right here in real time.
Amazing. Well, it's not too late to send out those text messages. People can be jumping on as we chat. I would love, we're going to talk about a couple things tonight. We're going to be talking about the cruise a little bit, and then we're going to be talking about what's our next event. I'm going to watch in the chat. Who knows the name of the next event? Who's the first person? Oh, Darlene, she got it. Inspire. I love it. I love it. It is coming up September 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Sounds terrible.
We have our Inspire event. Champs on the 6th, it's at 5 p.m. Everybody else, that's going to start at 6:30 p.m. on the 6th. The 7th is at 11 a.m. And then the 8th is also at 11 a.m. And then at 1 p.m. on the 8th, we are doing the certified coaches only for a little certified coach program as well. So it's going to be so super fun. We want to give you guys some tips, because we've done this type of integration before, where we do a virtual event, but it's actually filmed live. Like, there'll be a handful of us.
It's live streamed. See how easy that was? That's not difficult.
In the studio, filming it live. And we want to make sure that you are.
Savannah, listen, I got my hair cut and I put makeup on, and I'm talking about Pruvit. So it makes me feel a little extra sassy. I can't help it.
Ready to be engaged at a high level to get the most out of the event. So I've got 2 people on tonight that are going to share some tips with you on Inspire.
Are they new tips, or are they going to be the tips that we have heard over and over and over again, that you mix up some of the words, change it up just a tiny bit so that you can say it's different, but it's actually the same thing? Yeah.
Let's start with one of our main squeezes, Jamie Lynn. Let's start with Jamie Lynn. Jamie Lynn, if I am brand new to Pruvit, maybe I just got started, I don't know what I don't know, what can
I love that phrase. First of all, if you just joined Pruvit and you happen to be on this call, my advice for you would be this. That's Brian Underwood crying in the background, knowing that they're down $171 million between 2022 and 2023. Brian Underwood. Also, that was from Monty Python. Where are my Monty Python fans at? My family quotes the movie. Yeah. It's a good time.
What can I expect for Inspire? What will this event be like? Tell me why I should come.
Natalie, my heart is pounding because of
You're lying. Your heart is pounding?
The energy that you are bringing to this Zoom right now.
I'm sorry. Is the energy in the room with us now? Did Natalie not drink enough ketones before this call? Because she sounds very monotone. She sounds very, yeah, I'm just going to get on this call and say whatever and stall until Brian Underwood decides that he's ready to get on the Zoom, because in my opinion, he is the most unprofessional CEO that I have ever seen in my life. again, in my opinion. But let's stall and talk about nothing and tell people it's a business call and have them text other people. And then let's have Jamie Lynn get on here and say, you know what, Natalie, your energy is on point. Oh, my heart is racing because your energy is on point. Jamie Lynn, you are a liar. Next slide.
So if y'all are loving Natalie's energy, please give Natalie some love over there in the comments. Like, oh, my heart is so full, and I'm really excited for Inspire. I think
I hope your heart would be full of blood. I mean, that's a good thing.
The reason I'm most excited about Inspire is it's going to give a ton of people a new way. I don't want to say relaunch your business because we're all still working our business, but it's going to give us a ton of momentum.
I can't wait for some of these clips. So I will pull some of these clips when Pruvit goes under and they either find an investor to, invest in their company to try and save it, or they go completely affiliate, which would not be a hard transition for Pruvit. They already have affiliates built into the plan. Make no mistake about it. In my opinion, that was very intentional. One, if they're only paying affiliates, they don't have to pay the downline checks if those people have teams. So that's more revenue for Pruvit. Two, if they decide to go to an affiliate model, it's already built into the software. I'm just saying. But anyways, I can't wait to replay these clips where they're talking about being business owners. Yeah. CEO Jamie Lynn, if that were to happen, do you think you would be the CEO making the decision to go to an affiliate model? No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You know why? Because you're not a business owner.
Moving forward into 2025. And I know a ton of leaders on here always talk about, we're not talking about now, we're talking about 2025. So the fact that we have Inspire right now in a couple of weeks means so much to so many of our businesses because we get to plug in. We're going to have some special guests. We're going to have a ton of speakers. My favorite part about the event is that we can have it at our homes. We can have little watch parties. We can bring people into our homes so we can inspire more people. So then there's more momentum moving forward. And
hey, Jamie Lynn, you might want to write this down. Just get out your notebook, your handy dandy notebook. Y'all are not in momentum. I don't know where you're getting your information, but you may want to do some Google research. You may want to look at Business for Home, again, a pro MLM website that's saying they're down 171 million between 2022 and 2023. Am I going to say that a lot? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm going to say that a lot tonight because I love it. It makes me so happy. Oh, man. Yeah. But Jamie Lynn, write that down. Yeah, write that down. Anyways. Oh my God, Jen, hello. 3 months, no fast start bonus earning here. And I love that for us. Thanks for being a member for 3 months, Jen. I appreciate that. What is the flight velocity of heavy metal ketones? Alleged heavy metal ketones. Oh my God. Downward momentum. Now, downward momentum, yeah, that's absolutely. So maybe she's getting that confused. Maybe she thinks, yeah.
September, October, November into 2024. That's what I love the most. And during Inspire, we're going to be able to truly create the vision. Maybe you aren't where you want to be, but you know where you need to go.
Oh, that's an unfortunate pause. Brian Underwood, I think she's talking to you. Maybe you're not where you want to be, but you know where you want to go. I mean, I know where he should go, but
Inspire is going to allow you to have so much more confidence in your business. So I am really, really excited about that. And I also am excited to see how many watch parties, Natalie, that we can have around the entire world.
What is this awkward pause?
I mean, that's one of the best parts about virtual.
Jamie Lynn, are you okay? We all know you're faking it. We all know you're not that excited because what are you excited about? What is happening? Stop it right now. Pause story. This salted caramel bone broth is delicious. Lies. Liza Minnelli. Oh my God. Oh, Jamie Lynn.
Cool.
The Oscar does not go to
You
you.
can get your team together and you can have watch parties. I got Dustin coming on here in a second to give us some specific things about watch parties. But before we go on, I want to see in the chat, give me a 1 in the chat if you have never attended, you've not been to a virtual Pruvit event, you've not been to one in person, you've never
Drop a 1 in the chat or in the replay if you are experiencing a Pruvit video on my channel for the first time.
been to a Pruvit event. Mandy, Dawn, James, Summer,
Oh,
Charlene.
Charlene.
Okay. So, Liz, I see you. I see you. Shay, we have so many people that have joined in the last group of months and they have never had
The last group of months. What a weird way to say that. You know, anytime they give something vague like that, I just want to ask how many? How many and what months? Because your recruiting roundtable is showing that not a lot of people are joining. And that's information that comes directly from Pruvit, Natalie, which I'm sure you know.
the opportunity to come to a Pruvit event. Oh, Jennifer, I see you.
They have to pay for
wait
this
to
event.
see you
Yes.
on the Zoom later. Lisa, I see you. Mandy,
Oh.
it's going to be so good. Here's what I would love. For those of you that have been to a Pruvit event, what can our friends who have never been to a Pruvit event look forward to?
I'll take it from here. Not eating, not sleeping, drinking an insane amount of ketones because you think that that's going to help you, going to the bathroom a lot because you're drinking a lot of ketones, stepping out of the classes a lot because you're drinking a lot of ketones, you got to fill up your water bottle, going to the merch shop every single day because Pruvit says that they don't call it a merch shop, they call it a swag store or whatever, going to the shop every day because they put out different things every single day because of the sheer amount of money that Pruvit makes off of people promoting their brand, and they're buying the products to promote the brand. Am I missing anything? If you're a Circle of Champ, if you're in Circle of Champs, rank 6 or above, you have a meeting before the event starts. You have a meeting after the event starts. And sometimes your leader has a meeting after the event, after the champ meeting, you know, because they've got to do it too. They have to debrief. Yeah. A debrief, you know, what went well and what can we do better? Well, hey, you know, the bathrooms, they seem to be low on toilet paper, so maybe we could do that better tomorrow. What I think we did well was protecting the house. Yeah, they say this, protecting the house. This is what happens at the events. And I left out one very important thing that I will talk about here in just a moment. They talk about protecting the house. No video, no pictures, no any of that stuff during the training. Yeah, they don't want that information getting out. Now, I wonder why that might be. You know? Yeah. The other important thing that I left out was the same playlist. You're going to hear the same songs day after day after day. If you've ever been to a Tony Robbins event, you're going to hear a lot of the same kind of songs because the event coordinator that worked for Pruvit, I'm not sure if they still do or not, was the same event coordinator for Tony Robbins. So you'll hear a lot of those same types of things. You'll hear the song from, what was that movie? Hold on, it's coming to me. Gladiator. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, that's what you can expect at these events. A lot of dancing, you know, a lot of playing full out. That means, you know, no snoozing, you know, you're responsible for your energy. So pay attention, have your camera on. You know, that's what you can expect at these events. They probably will have a new flavor drop or an old flavor come back, repackaged as a new flavor, or an old flavor that they just brought back that will be discounted. They probably will have discounted tickets for the next event. So those are all things that you can plan to spend for while you're there, in addition to the merch. Yeah. Also, I cannot listen to Andy Grammer. I can't do it. I can't do it. Anybody that has attended the Pruvit events, did I leave anything out? I'm just running through the comments. Oh, don't forget about the toxic positivity. Yeah. Oh, you're tired? No, you're not. Drink more ketones. You know. No, you're fine. Oh, you didn't sleep last night? You're fine. You don't need sleep. It is exhausting. People get sick when they get back because they were so exhausted and around a bunch of people. The Rocky theme. Amway uses the Rocky title theme when they introduce new diamonds. Cringe is universal in MLM. You know what, Melissa? You got that right. Welcome, Emily. I'm always a replay crew lurker. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Sarah, what's up? Finally caught alive. That's awesome. Welcome. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Money for the cleanup crew that allegedly some of the people that were the media part of the media production team would actually pick up some of that money. Allegedly, not saying that to be a fact. Yeah. What they do is they hold up some form of paper money, dollar bill, $5, $20, whatever you have. Some people flex and they're like, oh, I have a 50, I have 100. And they hold it up. Somebody goes up on stage and they talk about blessing the people around them. And, whoever grabs this bill, let them be blessed and know that we appreciate them. And then they think of their life and they run through this whole, I don't even know what to call it. Manipulation, emotional manipulation, spiritual manipulation, absolutely. And then at the end of it, the person that's speaking that has had the honor, to speak and lead the Pruvit community through this, everybody just drops the money. So when the cleaning crew comes in after the event, they walk in and they're picking up money off of the ground. Yep. Yeah, so there's that. I think that's about everything that I can recall that is important, I feel like, for the events.
Can you all watch in your comments and you give us some comments on what a Pruvit event is like? Fire, fun.
Oh, I forgot. Sometimes you'll walk on hot coals. I've done that twice. Sometimes you'll break an arrow with your neck. Because there's nothing like breaking an arrow with your neck at an indoctrination event to make you believe that you're in the right place at the right time. And breaking boards. I've done that. Yeah.
Fun, dancing, life-changing.
Very similar.
Creating certainty,
in my opinion.
Community, transparency, energy.
I'm sorry, is transparency in the room with us now? Because I remember hearing from the lawsuit between Michael Rutherford and Brian Underwood and Pruvit that he had a special deal. That's not very transparent of them. Who else has deals in Pruvit? Nick Martinez, do you have one? What about you, Dustin? Dustin Schaefer, who's telling personal trainers on your Instagram reels that they just don't understand ketogenic supplements. First of all, personal trainers can't sell supplements. Thank you. Next. You would know that, Dustin, if you were actually a personal trainer. Man, I am in a mood tonight. Not even in a mood. I don't know. I'm extra sassy tonight. I haven't even opened this yet. Crazy.
It's like a family get together, growth, excitement, collaboration, energy. Allows you to dream again, proximity, walking on fire.
First of all, you don't need to be a part of a commercial cult or any cult in order to dream. That's free. Dream, baby, dream. I love that.
Lots of information. I can't even read these fast enough. Hope, lots of hugs, love, getting together, breakthroughs, breaking arrows on our necks.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we're doing that at Inspire, but so much fun. Definitely getting uncomfortable. Evolution, welcoming.
I'm sorry, evolution. What? Oh my God. Mima, member for 10 months. I'm here for Sassy Aaron. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a member for 10 months. I appreciate you. And Tara, I couldn't agree with you more. Trainers selling supplements is so unethical. If you have a trainer that is giving you a discount code from a personal trainer, just my perspective on this, my opinion. If you have a trainer that is trying to sell you a bunch of supplements, whether it's through a gym, and a lot of these personal trainers that work at gyms, unfortunately, have supplement quotas that they have to meet. Yeah. If they're trying to sell you BCAAs, get a new trainer. Get a new trainer. Okay.
It's like nothing you've ever experienced before, in my personal opinion. And I've been to events in my personal development journey for, I mean, I want to say like 17 or 18 years. It's just
Sounds
a
terrible.
different level of
Cultiness. Yes, I agree with you.
everybody growing together. Everybody gets on the same page. Everybody's just authentic and transparent and in growth mode. We have amazing speakers and amazing trainers that just pour into you, not from a egotistical, you know, look at me, I'm everything and I've accomplished everything. It's like, hey.
Oh no, Brian Underwood takes that title, in my opinion. Oh, Wendy, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I don't know who got it, but congratulations. And Wendy, thanks. That's so nice of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, she is the MC, but she's also a distributor in the company and has been with the company since the beginning. What if your personal trainer is a certified nutritionist? I definitely think that there is some nuance, but if they are just a personal trainer, they should not be selling you supplements. It's unethical. It's actually in my, it was in my ACE Fitness certification. So I would definitely need more information than that, you know. Yikes. Andrea, what's up? Yes, she's a lifer.
What does Brian say? He says, if you want to be a great leader, follow somebody who's already gone ahead of you to avoid the landmines. And that's what this type of event is. You're going to learn from
this type of an event is definitely a landmine. I agree with you there, Natalie.
So many people that have already gone the path you want to go. They're already helping a lot of people go MVP. They've already hit a rank that you're stretching for, whether it's champ 6, 7, 8, 10, or legend. You're going to hear from those people that have already gone before you in those areas. And they share from this cool, authentic, like, I'm not big time in, I'm not somebody. It's like, hey.
You know why she can say that? Because Michael Rutherford is no longer a part of the company. Because when he was on stage, that's exactly what he did. But then he would, you know, lace what he was saying with, you know, if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm up here because I was just like you. Michael Rutherford, nobody had special deals with Brian Underwood like you did. So you are a liar, in my opinion. Do I have a soundbite for that? Hold on. I mean, I do appreciate this. Yeah, I do appreciate that. Dr. Evil laugh.
We all put our britches on at the same time, and let me share some things with you that might help you go further, faster, help you avoid the pitfalls that I went through or that James.
Hey, Natalie, if the information shared on Pruvit stages helps people to move further, faster, your income disclosure statement wouldn't look the way that it does. It would actually be the opposite. Not the opposite, but it would look very different than what it does.
Lynn went through, or that Nick or whoever went through. It's awesome. So I would highly encourage you all plug in.
Oh, wait, here it is.
Why you always lying?
I promise you won't be disappointed. I promise it will be a great use of your time. And we want to make sure
I don't think so.
that we are helping to create the environment that the most amount of people can plug in. I want you all to think about, it's kind of like working out. If I think, okay.
Please tell us. Natalie, please tell us how being a part of Pruvit is like working out. I had to throw my pen for effect there.
I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to work out.
Great.
How easy is it for me to hit the snooze button if I'm just doing it by myself?
Well, that's going to come down to whether you are intrinsically motivated or extrinsically motivated. Everybody's going to be different. So weird example, but okay. Let's see where she's going with this.
I'm like, I'm a little tired, or I have a headache, or I didn't sleep that well. But if I know, I told Sarah that I would meet her there at 6 a.m. and I know that Sarah's going to be there waiting for me.
Andrea.
I don't want to get out of bed for myself, but I'm not going to disappoint Sarah, so I'll get out of bed. And when we create watch parties, which Dustin's going to talk about, it creates the atmosphere for people to plug in at a deeper level. Whereas maybe they wouldn't show up if they were just at home in their normal everyday activities. But when you create this environment for them to come, pull away from their kids, pull away from life, pull away from all the things, and they get to come to your house. You don't have to make it fancy.
Wow, we really transitioned from the gym example to the commercial cult really quickly. Did y'all catch that? That was wild. First of all, if you are not feeling good, if you didn't sleep well, if you have a headache or, just in general, I already said it, but if you're not feeling good, you should probably listen to your body with going to the gym. Maybe you could look at, are you hydrated? If you didn't sleep well, maybe you shouldn't force yourself to work out. Maybe you should find, maybe it could be an active rest day, or you can find a different type of activity, which is why I'm a fan of my Aura Ring. Is this an ad? Absolutely not. It should be Aura Ring. It should be, because I've used the Aura Ring for several years. And one thing I love about it is it helps me to see how I slept, see what's going on just with my body, and rest so that I can manipulate the intensity levels if I need to, or if I need to take an extra rest day or whatever. The Aura Ring helps me do that. That would be a good ad, right? It's not, but I'm a fan of the Aura Ring for that reason. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. If you didn't sleep well, if you're not feeling good, listen to your body and then get back at it when you're feeling better. In my opinion.
Like that, and you just watch it together, it creates this really fun community environment. So I got my friend Dustin Schaefer on. I mean, if you want to know who's the master of parties, you all got to listen to my friend Dustin.
I mean, is he the master of parties? Because I don't think Dustin is the master of parties. I think it's somebody else in the company that, in my opinion, is the master of parties. And that's not a compliment, Brian Underwood. Okay? That's not a compliment, in my opinion.
Schaefer.
There's a party going on right now in my house. They got 4 kids going crazy.
There's always a party at your house.
Oh, always. There's always a keto party. My kids are starting to promote ketones. It's the funniest thing ever. But anyway.
That's alarming. Just like your Instagram reel where your child was putting 3 different Pruvit products in a smoothie recipe. That was alarming. That was alarming, Dustin. My favorite part was, I don't remember who it was, but somebody went on there and commented and said, "You give your child heavy metals?" And he was like, "What? What are you talking about?" Dustin, you can't tell me you don't know about the reports from the state of California and the lawsuit from the state of California against, you can't tell me you don't know any of that. I know you do. What are you talking about? What, hold on, I'll read it to you. Because his response, if he hasn't deleted it, it's giving me life. And not in the way that, I don't think it's doing what he wanted it to do. Let's see. Dustin Schaefer. Oh, okay, let me make sure the sound's turned down. The best shake for putting your kid in ketosis or whatever. He responds and says, "Please," with the praying hands emoji, "share your literature and research backing up your claim." Hey, Dustin, share your literature and your research showing that Pruvit ketones do what you say they do. See how that works? Fascinating. To which this person responded with a link and also said, "There's no safe amount of any of these heavy metals. Multiply the parts per million by 1,000 to convert to ppb, parts per billion. Anything over 5 parts per billion for lead/cadmium, 10 ppb for arsenic, and 2 ppb for mercury is above government standards." Whoever commented that, you are the MVP. Did he respond? No. I wonder if it's because you know that, Dustin. Yeah, I wonder. So it's really interesting that somebody comments and says, "Hey, this is kind of alarming." He's like, "Show me your literature and your research." Same, Dustin. Same.
Hey, super excited to be on. The first thing, I would just suggest, before I kind of talk about watch parties, is that, this is something, the advice I got when we started, and I asked the question, like, why should I go to an event? And back then we had to get on airplanes a lot more often. And the advice I got was pretty simple. It's like, it's the recipe to win. It's the recipe to have the most success. Like
right.
It's how you're going to have the greatest success. So if you see yourself wanting bigger, more successful business, your life-changing event or the life to change is come to these events and always show up, because that's who has the greatest success. So that's my simple little plug on that. But watch parties are a secret weapon because, and this is the true most important thing about a watch party is ultimately to have success in there, you're gonna have to lead somebody else. You're gonna have to be the example for somebody else. And so when you do a watch party,
I'm adjusting my light. Okay, it was getting a little too bright.
more than anything else, it's gonna hold you to a higher accountability of your goals. Because you can't invite everybody to inspire and not participate and not play full out. And so if you're sitting in your room by yourself, you're sitting up in your office and you're kind of blocked away and you're doing it alone, you have a tendency, or at least I do, at least this is what I do. I have a tendency of taking it casually, not playing full out. But when I invite 4 or 5 people over to my house and say, we're doing this event together. Well, they're looking at me as being the example. I have to participate. I have to be the one that's going to show them that, hey, this is what works. Because sometimes it's a little uncomfortable or maybe a little different than you're used to. And that's, to me, the most important thing is a watch party is a key to that. But let's think a little further, right? So if you want to see yourself.
So now in 2024, the watch parties are the most important thing, the most effective thing, according to Dustin. But before it was keto life parties. Before that, it was probably Facebook Lives. Before that, it was probably in-person meetings. Before that, it was probably coffee meetings. And before that, it was probably, hey, I'm going to mail this, powder to you, drink it and try it and let me know what you think. Because that's how they started in Pruvit, by the way.
Having a bigger business, you want to see yourself doing something really cool. Having a watch party is going to allow you to show the next person what they're going to do to have success. So you're just leading them and showing them the example. And so, Natalie, the real simplicity of a watch party is to have a successful watch party, you have to get excited about doing it.
To have a what? Kind of? The lisp is back, apparently.
And to give everybody the simplicity of this, we've done them in hotel lobbies, not the actual renting a room. Hotel lobby, like literally show up at a lobby and hang out all day and watch it on our computers. We've done that.
That is unethical. One, what hotel lobby is going to allow people, because if they're doing watch parties in hotel lobbies, if they're watching it on their computer or whatever, they're going to turn the sound up because they want other people around them to ask what's going on. Listen, why not? Dustin, this is a hot take. I'm sure you can afford it, right? Why not rent a room? Why not rent the conference room? Oh, because then it's not in front of everybody that's walking through. Yeah. But you think it's ethical. I know I'm asking for somebody that's in an unethical company to be ethical. And I know that's wild. That's very wild of me. But you're thinking just taking up a hotel lobby is an ethical way of building your business. And you're saying of your whole chest, all of that, that's okay. Yeah.
We've rented a room and did it in front of a room. Go to a hotel and literally rent a room.
Good.
We've done it at a church, like a basement in their kitchen area, like where everybody eats. We've done them there. We've done them at houses. We've done it at trailer houses, like a trailer house. And I've done it at a mansion. It doesn't matter. The environment.
What? I've done it at a trailer house and I've done it in a mansion. Now, that's weird. Why would you say that? I don't understand why he would say that.
Environment is the environment that you create about showing up. When you see the event live or virtually live, you're gonna feel the energy of what we're gonna share. It's gonna be remarkable. And at the end of the day, if you're willing to do that and willing to come and bring people together,
the child's full face, I don't believe, is shown. So we're gonna roll with it.
It'll be magical. Now, the secret to this doing a watch party is inviting people to the party. But if you're just going to invite them saying, hey, there's an event happening, or hey, this is a cool Inspire event, listen.
Dustin, this is supposed to be like a professional training, and I love that your child is on here being silly. That's awesome. I love that so much. You're just going to power through it, just not going to address it like, hey, babe, we'll hang out after or whatever. Let me finish this call. No, just going to power on through, not even acknowledge the child that's clearly trying to get your attention. Yeah, cool.
If you don't have the right energy, they're not going to want to show up. You have
She
to
is
get
super
excited
cute.
about the event. And how do you get excited about an event? Is tell
Push
them
your
how
head
it's going
down.
to change your
Cool.
life. Tell them, like, listen, I'm just curious, on here right now, do you have a goal for the rest of the year? Does anybody have a financial goal, or how many people you want to help goal? If you do, put it in the chat. Listen, when I got started in here, I wanted to make $5,000 a month. That's all I was.
Oh.
But I heard Brian Underwood say that you can make $1 million a year doing this. That's what he said. He didn't say it to me. He just said it. He goes, it's possible. This platform can give you that. Well, guess what? I wanted to make $1 million. When I realized I could make 5, but like there's an opportunity to make more than that, I got excited and how that works.
Now, I'm just curious because I haven't looked at Pruvit's income disclosure statement in quite some time, although I do have it linked in the video description. I just wonder how many people in Pruvit are making $5,000 a month. Of course, that's going to be before expenses. So before they buy any product, which is probably a lot of, if they're making 5K, they're probably putting a lot of that back into buying ketones under the ghost account, under their, their fake customer accounts and such. So this is the 2022 income disclosure statement that I'm looking at on my phone here. And the average annual income for all promoters in 2022 was $2,392.51. Hi, babe. He's what? Okay. Does he have his phone? Can you tell him to get his phone? Can you please ask him to get his phone? I can't get up and address that right now. Okay. Aaron, get out your dumbbells. That's funny. Okay, so $2,392.51. The median income for all promoters in 2022 was $10.59. But the reason I want to look at this, and that's for the year, by the way. Yeah. I just want to go through and see some of the averages. So let's see. For rank 1, the average income was $304.18. There's a reason that I'm doing this. I promise it'll be worth it. Rank 2 was $1,537.98 for the year. Rank 3 was $4,993.08. Rank 4, $8,639.14. We're not anywhere near $5,000 a month. Rank 5, this is the rank if you buy the big pack, you're locked into this rank for a year. So if you look at the numbers of people that are at this rank, it's way more than any of the other ranks because of that. Okay, so rank 5, $1,139.73 for the year. Rank 6 was $46,017.26. Now, rank 6 out of 11 ranks, because rank 11 is legend. You have to hit the 6th rank, which in 2022, there was only 191 promoters in the company. And in the company, there were, hold on, I'm looking for it. Out of approximately 9,680 promoters that signed up as U.S. promoters since the beginning of 2022. So there were 960, 9,680 that signed up as promoters in 2022. That doesn't tell us how many promoters are in the company that have maintained their, annual membership fee of $49. So you have to hit rank 6, and that makes up 0.76% of the company. 191 people were at rank 6, which that is not that many people. I would love to know how many distributors are in the company altogether, or promoters, as they refer to them. So that's why I wanted to bring that up. He's making it sound like, oh, $5,000. I just wanted to make $5,000 a month. That's not a big deal. It's, you know, totally doable. Is it? Because the income disclosure statement shows it's a very small percentage, 0.76% to be exact, based on that average. So how exactly does that work? And we could do the same thing with Brian Underwood saying you could make $1 million a year here. Okay, well, look at the income disclosure statement, because this comes directly from Pruvit. So Dustin can have his big feelings about me covering this and saying what he's saying is incorrect, but go talk to Brian about it. Yeah. So even at rank 10, well, let me back up. Rank 9, the average was $319,661.75. You have to hit rank 10 to make $1 million in the company. And even then, that's on the high range. So according to the income disclosure statement, the average of 1.5 million was only made by 7 people in the company, 0.03% of the company. So that's why I'm going through all of this, is because he's saying, I just wanted to make $5,000 a month. Brian said we could make $1 million. Really? Then why does the income disclosure statement look like that?
Work, Natalie, is I told other people that that's what I was going to go do. And this is how you go do it, is you come to these events, you play full out, and you do what they tell you to do. And that's the secret. That's the secret to watch parties. So I would encourage everybody, number 1, get your ticket. Number 2, register your ticket. And then let's start inviting people. And if you feel uncomfortable inviting people to something, listen, we're going to have to teach you how to be better at that. And so get with your team leaders, get with the trainers, listen to how the trainers are inviting people. It's no different than inviting people to the products, to the opportunity, to prove it. It's also inviting your customers and promoters to come to the watch party. And yes, I said customers and promoters. Don't leave your customers out. They need it and they'll want it just as much as everybody else.
Jade? Wow, he thought he did something too with that football. He's like, yeah, let's go. Are you okay, Dustin? Why do you have that football? What are you doing? So professional. It's time. It's time. We're going to open this ASMR moment. If you are not a fan of ASMR, just turn the volume down. I will wave when I am done. We rate the bubbles. Also, not sponsored, but I would definitely like to be Dr. Pepper. Okay. All right. I already emailed you. Anyways, this is my favorite flavor. Strawberries and cream. It's a must. So I open the can, hold it next to the mic. You rate it 1 through 10. If you're a member, you have a special bubbles emote that you can drop. 10 being that was crispy. That was the crispiest Dr. Pepper zero sugar I've ever heard. And 1 being like, that was weak. I'm not a fan. Okay. So here we go. Why did the bubbles not last that long? I don't know how I feel about that. Let me know what you think. Oh, love it. It is so good. Yeah, an 8. I feel like that was, I feel like the can opening was real crispy, but yeah, look at all the bubble emotes. That's so fun.
Dustin, I was just gonna, it's like you read my mind. I was gonna ask, who should I invite to my watch party?
Everybody, Natalie.
I would invite everybody. Listen, so this is to me is a few things.
Everyone's a lead.
Invite your customers, your promoters, and invite guests. Listen, if you have anybody, does anybody have anybody on the fence to become a promoter and prove it? Do you have anybody that's kind of on the fence? They've been talking about it. They've been dabbling around. It's an interview. Listen, if you're
what's an interview? The Inspire event is an interview. Also, why is Dustin talking and we're looking at Natalie here? Oh, what's happening?
If you come to Inspire and you play full out and you don't like what you see, then prove it's probably not where you should be right now. They should probably be looking to do something else.
Right.
But if they come here,
that's not an unethical business model that preys on people. Add that to Dustin, write that down for the next time you do this same kind of spiel.
Here and they get to hear the heartbeat of this company
and
they're not inspired to take action. Well, good. That gives you permission to go find somebody that is.
Natalie's
Does
tired.
that make sense? So this is one of the best prospecting events you could ever do, because you don't have to fly them to another country or another city. You don't have to go get a hotel room. You can literally invite them to your house and say, listen.
Natalie looks like she's fallen asleep. Maybe she needs a Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. Maybe she needs one of these because the ketones aren't cutting it. So maybe she needs this. You know. Yikes.
Come check this out. If they're really on the fence, tell them to come just for Saturday morning. Hey, come for 3 hours. And if you don't like what you see, then this probably isn't the right thing for you. Drink ketones, let them change your life. But if you really like it, this is a company that you can align with, then let's talk shop. Let's talk about what we can do from here, how we can go and change more lives, how we can go make $1 million if that's your goal, or 5.
I already went through the numbers and I'm glad that I did, because now that was easily debunked. Next slide, Dustin.
1,000, whatever it is. And so, Natalie, I would tell you this is probably the best recruiting event to the opportunity that you're ever going to have, because it's going to tell you if that person is serious or not, and if they're really wanting to change their life. And they'll give you every excuse. If they're not, then they just tells you they're not ready. But if they don't give you a lot of excuses, they show up for even 2 hours, that's somebody you should listen to and you should watch out for, because they could play a big role with us.
Watch out for?
Yeah.
I don't think you should watch out for them. I think they need to be watching out for you and the shenanigans that happen within Pruvit. Are you kidding me? Genevieve, member for 1 month. Yeah. So glad that you're a member. Thank you so much. And also, woohoo, 1 month since my shoulder smolder. Yeah. That is, I have to like slow down as I say that. It's a mouthful. Tell you what. Let's talk shop. Is the shop in the room with us? You're talking about nothing. Yeah. Also, Dustin, write that down. You know, we're debriefing you as we're going. What could you do better? Well, add that phrase that, you know, maybe they should do something that's not a pyramid scheme. And then also, according to Kojo, you know, you're talking about nothing. So maybe next time try talking about something. Cool.
Yes, Dustin. So we got customers, we got promoters. How about
Everybody.
Somebody who is in your circle who's really into personal development that you know, like, man,
maybe suggest a book that you've read. If somebody's into personal development, hey, have you read this book? That's cool. I mean, you don't need to recruit them into your pyramid scheme because they're into bettering themselves, excuse me. That's weird.
they're reading things like Think and Grow Rich. They're reading things like how to
No, people that read that book are in MLMs. So unless you're trying to recruit from other companies, which probably are, but who's joining? Come on.
win friends and influence people. Like, I know somebody in my neighborhood who is starting a new business, who has a growth mindset. Do you think
Somebody's starting a new business and you want to recruit them? Okay, first of all, somebody's starting a new business and you think that they're going to want to join your pyramid scheme when they're starting an actual business? Natalie, that's cute. That's cute. I love that. That's sarcasm, by the way.
that would be a good person to invite to my watch party?
I would do yes, and anybody that's into health and wellness. I don't know if you're talking to me, Natalie, or talking to everybody else.
I did not say goodbye.
I didn't say goodbye. Yeah, I think I'm a huge Tony Robbins fan, and I know I have
That's unfortunate.
people that I talk that world with. This is a great opportunity because if you look at what Pruvit's events are, and it's not just going to be personal growth, right? It's about inspiring better. And I want you to think about that. Inspiring better. Where in your world right now, in school, at work, or in your friend relationships, how often are you really getting together to inspire people to do better or greater things, or to improve their life and to further? It's not a thing, but it is here. So when you meet somebody that is looking at that and is into that, I met a guy at the Tesla charger today. He literally delivers hearts to hospitals. That's what he does. He has machines and he delivers hearts and lungs and livers to hospitals. He does heart transplants and he's the guy that delivers them. But I meet him and
he doesn't do heart transplants. He's the one that delivers the organs, from the sounds of it. Also, Justin, leave people alone. Leave that guy alone. He is doing an incredible service that actually, hot take, that actually changes lives. Literally contributing to somebody's life, changing lives because of the impact on that entire scenario. So maybe leave him alone. And I love how he's like, I met this guy at the Tesla charger today. I can't.
Within minutes, we hit it off. Why? Because he's trying to better his life. He wants more out of his life. So he asked me, and our whole conversation was about that.
Right.
And I'm like, this guy aligns with our business.
I'll take things that never happened for 500, Alex. You absolutely went into that conversation thinking you're going to recruit him. Look, he has a Tesla. We're at the Tesla charger. You know, he's ready. We're aligned. You are trying to recruit everybody. Remember just a few minutes ago when you said, who do I invite to the watch party? And you said everybody. Yeah, was it Natalie? I don't remember. But yeah, everybody is constantly a prospect when you're in an MLM. So don't make it seem like, oh, this guy asked me with your Pruvit shirt on, and I'm sure your Tesla's wrapped and, you know, looking all ate up. And Dustin, you're prior military, so you know what I mean when I say you're looking ate up.
So guess what our conversation is now? About Pruvit and opportunities that he might be looking for, right? And so it's pretty cool that you can align that with that. And the same thing with people that want
Real
to understand ketones better, because ketones are a foundation of what we do. So if you know anybody that's in the health and wellness industry, medical industry, anything, they're just interested in health, invite them, right? Invite them to the watch party. Like I said, even if they only come for 2 hours, it tells you that they're looking and they're interested. And if they're not inspired by what they see, they probably aren't the right fit, at least not right now.
Wow, Dustin, I love that. I think it's really good to give.
That's the most energy I've seen from Natalie this entire call.
When we talk about, oh, invite anybody, I feel like it's so broad that sometimes I can't think of anybody. But when I think of like, man, who do I know that's into health and wellness? Who do I know that would like the ketone conversation? The customers, the promoters, like getting real specific on invites. I think that's awesome. So thank you, Dustin. Officially goodbye.
So awesome.
I won't talk to you again. You can go. Let's see. I did see a question. Lisa asked, can we stream a watch party for customers who are far away? Customers can grab a ticket as well. So
customers have to buy a ticket. So grab a ticket. She's saying it that way to make it, to soften the blow of they have to buy a ticket. How much is the event? I'm not sure. I don't know.
Cute.
And she's not going to mention it.
Just put the ticket link in the chat. You can copy that, save it so that you can be sharing it with people. If they can't come to your watch party, they can grab a ticket themselves and watch it themselves from anywhere in the world, which is really awesome. Another quick note, early bird pricing ends on Friday. Everybody repeat after me.
We don't need to repeat after you because the people that you are talking to are not children.
Bird ticket pricing ends on Friday. So we don't want you to miss out. So the next couple days of invites and making sure that you have your ticket. And if anybody else in your community is not coming to your watch party, that they have their ticket would be awesome. We have a super special guest that I just saw, Mr. Underwood. Are you going to the Inspire event?
I mean, Natalie, you think you're being cute here, but he's the CEO of the company. He better be there.
Oh, he's muted. He's playing with us now. If you all don't know, we've got some people.
I will be there.
We got some people, Brian, that have never been to a Pruvit event live. I asked at the beginning, and we've been talking straight to them on what Inspire is. If y'all don't know, this is our CEO and visionary, Brian Underwood. He is leading us into greatness for sure. So
I don't think he's the visionary. I'm just going to say it without saying her name. But I think his ex-wife was the visionary. And I think she was the one that said, this is how we can do it. And then Brian was like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's roll with it. I'll get up on stage and I'll talk about it. I think that was the dynamic, just in my opinion.
What makes you most excited about the Inspire event? I know that word inspire.
Well, you know, to me, inspire means a lot. I think something that we all need in life any given day. And I'm looking at all of you all tuning in, which I appreciate all the cameras being on. And I see some of your faces. I see some of your physiology, your body language. And for some of you, you're moving, right? For others of us, we're kind of down, or we're winding the day down. For others of us, like we're probably night owls and we're getting going. But I've always said this on any given day, and I don't know where you are today in your life, But I know this, that any given day, all of us need some temporary motivation to sometimes get over the hump of the day. Would you guys agree with me? Yes or no? It's so important.
And I call that having a cup of coffee.
And motivation, I love motivation. Like motivation is uber important, I think. Because there's always those days that we just need it. You know, life is going to throw us curves. And during those times that we have those curves or setbacks, we just need to realize that there's someone else that believes in us or believes in what's happening. And I
feel like I should change the lights to match his vibe just for funsies. What do we think? Oh God, that's bright. That's pretty close. That is, oh, that one wasn't even on. That's pretty close, you guys. Hold on. More of a blue. That's pretty close. We'll roll with that. You know, just for funsies.
Said motivation is important. I'm not taking anything away from motivation. Motivation is temporary, though. It's a temporary fix to get us through the day. It's something that we need to get us over the hump. But inspiration is something different. And I want everyone to hear this because I think it's super important, especially with understanding where the world is now. And I can look at this. I have a relationship with Natalie. I look at Natalie as a best friend, a sister, as a guide. You know, she's helped me from afar, whether she's known it or not. You know, and I've seen her go through different seasons of life. But I can tell you there's never been anything that's been more inspirational to me than when I see Natalie like focused and like leading at a high level. And the reason for that is because something has inspired her that's greater than herself. And when I say inspiration, and that's why we're calling this event Inspire or Reimagining Better, is because our imagination is the most powerful tool we have to create our future. And our imagination is a tool when we become inspired by something. So I've always said this, motivation is temporary, but inspiration lasts forever. It's long-term. One of them is lighter fluid.
Hey. Massage gun. Okay. Can you please think about what you're saying on video games before you say them? What am I saying? I don't know what you're saying. Oh. But can you think about things before you say them when you're playing video games with other people?
Do they give you an email or something?
Do they need to send me an email? Are you saying things that you shouldn't be saying?
No.
Okay. Please make sure that you're being appropriate, okay? All right. Peace out.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
It's lighter fluid. It's a quick fix, but the other one's like burning coal. It's something that we find deep inside of us. And we've always been inspired when we see others performing at a high level, not because of talent, but because of will. And something I learned a long time ago is that for some of us, we need to be inspired for ourselves. We need to find what that inspiration is to allow us.
I think he had his teeth done. His teeth look different to me. Look at him.
To tap into more of our potential or to create more magic moments or memories in life.
Look at him. Moms don't need emails. Moms know. Indeed, I do. And the only reason I know right now is because Mia came in and told me. I think he's had his teeth done.
Or just to have a fulfilling life.
Look at them. I don't remember his teeth ever being that white.
Because we have to be going for something.
And it would explain the list.
My goal at this event, number one, I'm a big believer in this. I just had for those of you that know me well, is I've kind of taken on a new project, and that is building a basketball program with my son and for my son and the kids that he's playing with, that are 10 and 11 years old. And
now, why would that be significant? Is your son younger and he's playing with 10 and 11-year-olds? Also, I love that you just said, I created a basketball team for my son. Oh, but it's also for the other kids. Life lessons, Brian. Life lessons.
And it's really exciting to me because we have an opportunity to really inspire people and inspire these young kids through basketball to teach them life lessons through athletics. And literally tonight I had a coaching meeting with some of the coaches, and it was really.
Are you a coach? Are you coaching a team to have a coaches meeting, Brian? Or are you the investor that's having a meeting with the coaches? Yeah. Got to keep the investors happy. You know what I'm saying?
Just talking about the best way to get the kids to learn the game of basketball is when we teach them something, help them understand why it is that they're learning the drag offense, right? And so I stopped practice and I said, wait a minute, Levi is one of the kids' names on the team. I said, Levi, do you know why we're doing this? He had no clue. So we explained to him why, so he understood it. And I said, so you have to make sure that you understand why you're doing something. That's part of being inspired and also creating tangibility to your imagination. Like, why?
I'm sorry. What does learning a basketball play have to do with creating tangibility for your imagination? You learn a basketball play because the other team is going to run a particular offense or defense, and you're trying to counter that. What are you talking about, Brian?
Why are you doing this? Why are you on the call right at this moment?
Oh, okay. This is where he gets fired up because, we're talking about basketball and he's like, I'm going to kick it up a notch. I'm going to bring my energy up. I'm going to bring the volume up. Why are you here? What are you doing? What are you trying to accomplish? What is your dream? What is it that you want Pruvit to help you accomplish in the future?
All of you have to know a reason why. You might not even know it consciously, but bring it from your subconscious to your conscious. For some of you, you got on the call because, Darlene told you to jump on the call, and that's okay as well. But understand why it is. Like, what's inspiring you to stay up late or wake up early? And then the second thing that I said to the coaches at practice is that, it's not just telling them that why they're.
I don't think Brian even knows what he's talking about. I think what he's doing is watching everybody's reaction and thinking, oh, that was good. Let me talk about this more. I think it's like a reactionary comedian. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the official term. That's what I think he's doing. I think he's watching everybody's faces to see if, oh, am I on the right track here? Okay. All right. Oh, they're writing this down, and he's watching body language. And I think that's determining what he talks about. There's no notes with him. There's no that he turns the camera on and he just talks. So I think that's what he's doing here. And I think that's why he keeps looking up, is because I think it has all the people on Zoom, and he's just changing whatever he feels like he wants to say. If you were to ask him what he talked about after this Zoom, I bet you he wouldn't remember it. He'd be like, oh, I don't know. I think it talked about motivation or something. Because he's, in my opinion, he's going off of people's body language and how they're reacting to what he's saying.
Doing something, but it's also understanding, in this game of life, in this game of basketball, or in this game of Pruvit, and what you guys are doing is it's about it's about also.
Oh, did you glitch?
Imagination.
You good? Have you had enough ketones? You good? I'm just pausing so you can gather your thoughts. You all right?
I've lost my train of thought. It just went out of me just like that.
That mental clarity. That mental clarity is really clarifying those thoughts, isn't it?
Can y'all believe that? But one of the things that I think is important about, in the Inspire event is also the teaching. So what I'm coming for, and this was my point, is I told them, I said, immediately go back to the kids and stop and let the kids teach the drag offense. So then I stopped and I said, okay, DJ, teach it to us.
Oh, back to basketball.
Because if you can teach it, you have it forever and you re-anchor your body. So for me,
that's not how it works. If you can teach it, it's another time. It's another repetition of whatever it is that you're trying to learn. Man, he looks stressed. Brian, are you okay? Ooh.
Inspire event might be a little bit different platform for you all, because what I want to do is re-anchor my body to something that's bigger than me, that can leave a bigger impact and get recharged or reimagine something bigger to inspire, to tap into more of my potential. And so I'm excited about getting on stage to deliver a message about.
He definitely had his teeth done. How many videos have we covered that we're like, what is going on? Dustin is the same way. Also, this is a very unfortunate pause. If you want to put a funny pause story in, you absolutely can. I encourage that. And if you're new to my channel, and you're like, what does that mean? Anytime I pause, or if you pause me, because I make some interesting facial expressions. You just can put like a funny comment, like, what happens when I find out Aaron Bees is covering me and exposing that I don't remember anything that I'm talking about on a company training, like something like that, but obviously funnier. That was just off the top of my head. But yeah, Brian, are you okay?
Not only where we are, but more importantly, where we're going and why we're doing this and why we're going to reimagine a brand new Pruvit in the next 12 to 24 months. And we've been.
But why do you have to imagine a brand new Pruvit in 12 to 24 months? I know. Say it with me, everybody, because Pruvit is down $171 million between 2022 and 2023. So he has to reinvent what's happening because they are bleeding out money. Yeah. Where is that source? Business for Home. That's my source, a pro MLM website. I'm going to say that multiple times throughout this live.
And putting, all of the dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and putting some of the components in place over the course of the last year or so, as our company has gone through different seasons, just like each and every one of you. So to me, the Inspire event, Natalie, is really.
They are in the coldest winter they have ever seen in their life. They are hoping that they can find some food. They are, hoping to find some frozen berries below the snow. They're scavenging for food. That sounds weird to me. They're looking for food. And by food, I mean revenue.
Monumental event personally, because I think it's an opportunity to really plant a lot of seeds so people can retap it.
Brian, you're not supposed to plant seeds in the wintertime. That should have been done earlier in the year, in the spring, and then you harvest in the fall. I think you're off on your seasons.
Into their imagination with our platform, and they can find where they want to fit and maybe get inspired to play at a higher level. Maybe
Foraging.
Be inspired to take a bigger leadership role.
That's the word I was looking for, but I said scavenging. I don't know, that sounded weird. Foraging for frozen berries in the frozen tundra that we can now call Pruvit.
Maybe be inspired to make more money.
That is not proving it.
Maybe be inspired to make a difference in more people's lives. Maybe be inspired to grow something globally. Maybe be inspired.
Word on the street with soul people, allegedly, they're not stating this as a fact. It's been alleged to me that they are having a hard time paying their top leaders. Now, why would that be? Why would that be? Allegedly. Yeah.
To help us relaunch a new better for 2025. And so that to me is what Inspires about, is the emotional connection with ourselves and with a platform to where we can use it as a catapult into the future. And so that's my challenge for each and every one of you is, I think watch parties are great. Before you start a watch party, go do a home party tomorrow and invite Natalie to come to a Zoom for you. Or
I'm sorry, when has he ever talked about doing a home party? I have never heard him say that. I've heard them talk about keto life parties, but I've never heard him say home party. That's interesting to me.
Next week. Don't wait to Inspire, build into it. And by the way, if you're within 5 hours of Louisville, Kentucky, proximity is power. I'm going to challenge each and every one of you, show up here. 90% of life is showing up. I can't promise you you're going to get what you want, but if you show up in Louisville, Kentucky, I don't know why you're doing this business, but if you show up with an understanding of why, I can promise you, you're going to get everything that you need when you leave here.
Do not do that. Do not go to Louisville for the Pruvit event. I'm just going to say it that way. Okay.
To go to another level. So, I
another
believe
level,
that
huh?
proximity's power, iron
Ugh.
sharpens iron. And the people that show up in Louisville, Kentucky are the ones that were meant to be here. And it's not a coincidence. And it might be a spur of the moment decision. But my invitation to each and every one of you, and we might have standing room only. We might have to go get hotel rooms to do the event. But I want to encourage you. I want to open the doors and the invite. And I used to do this all the time with my phone number. And now it's like, you have to quit doing that. I'm like, why? I'm going to give my number out to each and anybody and, encourage them to use it. I said, they'll never text me. Or if you give your number out, to 100 people, maybe 3 or 4 will text you. And if you don't text them right back, they'll give up. So
what's the point in giving people your phone number? Unless it's some sort of a weird flex.
My point by saying that is that show up, use the resources that are in front of you. And I believe that right now in the world, we need more connection.
Where is this coming from? This is coming from Kelsey Ray and her situation with the Nashville Airbnb that she posted before she had the permits that now has been taken down. And from what I have learned, the city of Nashville does not play with not having the permits and trying to rent out a place that you are renting. They do not play with that. So that's what that is referring to.
Need more group dynamics. We need more total immersion of what we're doing. So if you're within 5 hours driving distance, the reason I say 5 hours, I believe that's safe for anyone to drive, is get in your car and
Except
come
it's
down.
not.
I promise you'll get value out of coming down. And
we're not going to get his number. We're not going to text him, guys. I'm not endorsing that behavior. No. I don't think he gives the number here, thank goodness, but
promise you that your presence will matter. But look at it as an open invite. I hear so many times, well, I didn't know I could come. Yeah, you can come, show up. Is it better to do a home party or to come? It's better to show up here. This is where the energy is going to be. This is where we're broadcasting from. And so the reason I'm challenging is because as we're getting ready to go into 2025, I want some people to inspire.
I would rather say it than not say it and assume people know that I'm like, hey, don't do that kind of thing.
Inspire me. And I can feel energy when it's the right energy in the room. And so I wanted to encourage all of you that are.
He can feel the energy when it's the right energy in the room as he's scanning everybody that's on the Zoom to change directions or get a little bit louder or change the volume of his voice or add a little bit extra energy. Like, ooh, that resonated with them. Yeah.
Contemplating coming, or you've been invited by Nick or Blake or, Dustin or, Megan or whoever it might be, Courtney or whoever it might be, is I wanted to reinforce that. And, Sarah Ramos, show up in Louisville. I mean, I know you have kids now, and the first time you showed up, it was spur of the moment. You came here, but there was massive value out of you showing up for the first time.
Oh, Sarah, are you okay? I don't like that. I don't like how that felt. I don't like that. I can't put my finger on it, but the energy behind that whole thing, that makes me uncomfortable in my stomach. I don't enjoy how that feels right now.
And my gut is telling me that there's massive value for someone that's listening to this to get closer to the company, get closer to the people that are leading, get closer to the people that are in the fire. And so, so that's what inspires for me. I could tell you about, all the facts and some of the details that are going to be discussed, but I really don't think that matters. I think what I just shared with you is more important than all of the details that are going to reinforce what I just said.
Please please reiterate what you have said that was so important for the people that are a part of Pruvit. Please tell us, give us the Cliff Notes. Review this pause story. This pause is terrible. Please, just go through a quick rundown of what you covered that was so important here.
Because if you can figure out what inspires you, if you can figure out what's going to wake you up early and keep you up late, if you can figure out through your imagination a better future for you, whatever that means, if you can figure out how powerful you are to contribute to others, then all the details will figure themselves out. So let's reimagine better. Let's reimagine 2025. This is the beginning of that event, and it's going to be a sequence. I keep saying that, but what we're doing right now is we're doing a lot of things behind the scenes. We're putting pieces in place to be able to reimagine and recreate momentum at another level, to catapult. And that catapult is a big word, and that's what we want to do. We want to catapult.
Catapult is a big word, guys. Write it down. What is happening? Oh, man. What are some of these sound effects? I don't even remember. What's this one? Is this Back to the Future? I can't. Oh, man.
Where we are to where we want to go. And that takes a little bit of precision, timing the right people, the right energy. And it takes syncing up. And so this is going to be a great event. I can't wait to see the ones that show up. And I am so looking forward to being in our little studio here and looking on that chat thread and seeing just hundreds and thousands of threads going on the chat Zoom for those that are tuning in.
Hundreds of thousands, huh? We'll see about that.
And so I'm super grateful for you, Natalie. I'm super grateful for this community. And I've always said this. My dad told me a story a long time ago. I won't tell the story now. I will tell it at the event. But the story's main premise was that you always have to remember where you came from, be grateful for what you've had, and take care of those things that are taking care of you, or otherwise one day they will be gone and you'll be starting all over. And so I'm so grateful for this community, so grateful for the people that are on this call that have had so much to do with lifting this company to be literally one of the most dynamic outlier companies that the industry's ever seen. In the last, I'd say 5 or 6 years, creating more income for more people than any companies in our industry. And the impact that they made on my life. And we've seen each other grow. I've seen families grow up in front of my eyes, like from, they had 5-year-olds, now they're in high school, or they had, 10, 11-year-olds, and now they're in college. I mean, it's crazy. I've seen Natalie's family go from, her having these, amazing little kiddos that were in volleyball and middle school and then high school. Now I've got to experience Natalie with the out of the nest syndrome and see her going through that growth and those changes. And that's really cool. So there has to be something more than just the money to make it worth all the while. And I'm encouraging you all that whatever you contribute and make it worth the while, that's what it's going to be about. It doesn't mean we don't have problems. It doesn't mean we haven't had challenges. It doesn't mean that we're perfect. Because if you don't take care of yourself, we've always preached this, there's 3 pillars of learning. There's 3 pillars of growth. There's the company, there's our industry, and there's yourself. No matter what it is that you want to do, if you don't work on you, if you don't work on the things that you have to take care of, the same patterns are going to repeat themselves in your life that are either sabotaging you or causing you not to accomplish the things that you were meant to accomplish. And a lot of those patterns are predictive if you actually get outside yourself and look from the outside in. We teach that in LCD. Most people go to these patterns. Oh God,
LCD.
When they don't.
I think this is just how the editing is. I think he moved his chair or something, so I apologize for that.
Feel like that they're enough, or they get scared, or they get nervous, or the stress and the weight of success becomes too much. They look to tap out, but they don't want to put it on themselves. So they look to blame, shame, justify, or just disappear. And I'm going to encourage you that, you know,
Blame
if
and
you're getting ready to
justify.
go on your biggest financial run, to understand, the more you grow, the more you'll be able to sustain that.
It's all good. DC, I appreciate you so much for doing this, for adding the captions, for editing it. It's totally fine. This is gonna be just fine.
Growth. And that's something that we're going to implement into
I think
every
he
event
moved
we
too.
do. We're going to give you a little bit of awareness of growing for yourself, you know, how our industry is growing and shifting and changing, just like every industry does. And then our company, you know, and so I can say this, focus on what you believe in our company, the industry, and yourself, because I can promise you this, that belief thing is real. And you can only build something to the level you believe it can be built. Now, the funny thing about belief, and I want you all to hear this, this isn't hocus pocus. Belief is like a muscle.
Brian, first of all, I need you to leave hocus pocus out of it. Okay? There's no way that hocus pocus, our favorite 3 people from hocus pocus, would be a part of your product-based pyramid scheme. You leave them out of it. Okay? Don't make me have to tell you this again. All right.
If you're not building it, you're losing it, right? So what have you done in the last 2 weeks? Natalie Kilborn, you don't have to answer this, but I'm putting her on the spot as if I'm talking to all of you. Natalie, what have you done in the last 2 weeks?
Then why are you putting her on the spot if you are just talking to everybody on the Zoom? What is happening? It's just a little hocus pocus. I feel like I need some hocus pocus sound effects. Don't you guys think so? I love that movie. I don't know what's going on with the lighting. It's very weird. I'm not sure what's happening, but
weeks to build belief on where you're going to take this business, this company. Do you believe more in Pruvit today or less in Pruvit? It's
less. Far less.
It's not about what Pruvit does. It's about what you're doing to build your belief. You can blame it on Pruvit. You can blame it on the community. You can blame it on the leader you're working with.
Or now this is a hot take, Brian, and you're probably going to have some big feelings when I say this. We can base our level of belief. I'm going to use what he's saying here. We can base our level of belief on the statistics and data that comes directly from Pruvit. You know what I'm saying? We can base our disbelief on the income disclosure statement that I went through earlier and that I have linked in the video description. You can sit up here and talk about level of belief and, you know, get closer to the fire and proximity is power and blah, 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 blah. It does not change the statistics and the data that we know to be true because the information comes directly from Pruvit and the information that comes from the Federal Trade Commission on multi-level marketing companies. So everything that has been discussed by him, by Natalie, by Dustin Schaefer, the only thing we're missing is Nick Martinez here, which I don't miss him on it, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a bunch of fluff. It's a bunch of buy the ticket, get to the event, let me indoctrinate you. Yeah, I said that. And, you know, hopefully you'll stay a little bit longer so that we don't continue in this downward trajectory that we're already down 34% between 2022 and 2023. It doesn't matter what he's saying. That's the thing. He's good at that. He's good at saying a lot of words without saying anything at all. And people think that he walks on water because he's the CEO of this company. And he uses that, in my opinion, to draw people closer. For what? I'm not here to discuss that, but I'm sure he has quite a few skeletons in the closet, in my opinion, not stating that as a fact. This is all part of the show, part of the game. Meanwhile, in my opinion, he has these special deals on the side where he's getting paid. Does he have a distributor position in Pruvit? We don't know. Maybe we'll never know. But make no mistake about it, he's putting himself first, in my opinion. So none of this matters what he's saying. He's talking about belief. He's using thought-stopping cliches. You know, hey, Sarah, just get here. Remember the last time? Tremendous value. I don't know that I would call it that. unfortunately, in my opinion. But none of this matters. And people get on these calls and they think, oh my God, this is so good. They'll actually write some of this down. What? I don't know. I never used to take notes because what am I writing down? Your thought-stopping cliches? I don't understand. Yeah, that's what I want to say about that. It's indoctrination. Every single time, it's always a filler. Yes. And they're just trying to get him to the next thing, to buy the next product, to buy the next event ticket, to buy the merch at the event, and blah, 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 blah. That's what he does.
But belief is up to you. What are the possibilities for you in this platform? What are the possibilities for you in this life?
Not much.
Right?
So, not much in this company.
So is your belief more or less, Natalie? You know, what about your belief in yourself and what you can accomplish, Natalie? Is it more or less? Now, I'm saying Natalie because I love her, but I hope that comes through to each and every one of you. And I want to be a catalyst to help you all remind yourself, just like I need reminding. I have more in me. And my kids are counting on me to do more, to be more, you know, to grow.
Brian, your kids want you to get out of scamming people, in my opinion. Your kids just want their dad. Kids just generally want their parents, want that time, want that attention, want those memories, not watching you on a Zoom for hours and hours and running from Zoom to Zoom. And no.
Grow more. That's the only way I can contribute to their lives, because if I'm not doing it, I'm not modeling. I can tell them everything that I read in this book. And this book is a book that my mom gave me. Or actually, I gave my dad, sorry. It has like little notes. And ironically, belief. In order to succeed, we first must believe we can. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I've been looking at this stuff since I was a kid, right? But it's not important enough for me to read The Mastery of You. Like the first rule of mastery is stop worrying about what other people think about you. I can read this, but if I don't apply it and I don't do it, my kids don't have an example of it.
I think he very much worries what people think about him. I think that takes up the majority of his day, thinking about what people think about him and trying to control that narrative. What do y'all think?
It's not what I tell my kids and lecture to my kids. It's what they have to model that's the most important. So if your kids are the most important part of your life and the most important focal point of your life, which I'm assuming for those of you that have kids, they are, you have to make yourself a priority and what you do a priority, even if it means sacrificing a little bit of time with them, because that's what's going to feed them the most when you're dead and gone. I hate to use that word.
Oh my God. This comment right here. He has 171 million reasons to care about what other people think about him. I mean, this is the comment of all comments tonight. And so I feel like factual, in my opinion. Luna, what do you think? You want to say hi? Okay, come on. Come here. Why are you running? Why you always running? Come here. Okay. We'll see if she comes back. Yeah, Dante, that was phenomenal.
I know it's morbid sometimes, but listen, that's the facts, as these young kids say. Facts, facts, facts. That's facts.
It's not just young kids that say facts. People in the anti-MLM movement talk about facts all the time, and data and statistics. Yeah.
And so Inspire event, that's what it means for me. It's about sowing my own seed. We have a platform right now that's poised.
I'm sorry, what? What did you just say? Don't ever say that again. Oh, he looks real mad here. Brian, you good? They also say sus. Brian, are you okay? Do you think Eric worries about what people think of him. Oh, I think Eric definitely worries about what people think of him. Yes. Yeah. Did he just say he sows his own seeds? Seed? Singular, plural? I don't remember. Did he say that? Brian, please don't ever say that again. That's terrible.
Position to either become a $1 billion a year company or just kind of be where we are.
Oh, I think the decline is going to continue, if you're asking my opinion, Brian. I think that 171 million compared to the next few years, the decrease of 171 million, let me be real specific, is actually going to look good compared to where Pruvit is going in the next few years. Unless you can find an investor, unless Daddy Terry LaCour decides to do something. I'm saying that in a funny way, you know. Unless he maybe buys another MLM company and brings in one of his little cronies, in my opinion, to, you know, get you out of the way. I don't know. There's so many possibilities here.
Where we are isn't bad. It's better than 99.9% of the companies that start.
You sure about that? You sure about that, Brian? Because your body language here is telling me you know exactly where you're at. Down 171 million within a matter of a year. Yeah, where we're at is not bad. You sure? What does this sound? Perfect. That was perfect. Oh, man.
You have the same choice in your life. See, I talk a lot about this at events, and that is decisions are a fact of life. And I don't know what decisions you're making today.
Get out of Pruvit.
But I know where you are in your life right now. By the way, you can blame anything else that you want to. I know for a fact that your business is in the exact position that it's in because of decisions that you made.
Brian, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Pruvit is where it's at because of the decisions that you have made. Let that marinate. Let it marinate. Repeat it out loud. Look in the mirror. Repeat it like an affirmation. Yeah. Pruvit is where it's at because of the decisions, you have made. Huh? $171 million in a decrease of $171 million between 2022 and 2023. You know why? Because of the decisions that you have made as the CEO of this company. I love that. I love that for him. Soak it up, Ryan. Yeah.
Not last year or 6 months ago, but decisions you made 3 years ago. And it wasn't the decisions that you were like, oh yeah, I'm going to go do it. It was the unconscious commitment to the behavior that you took on. You either became complacent.
He is absolutely telling on himself, I feel like, here. This is one of those things, you just let him talk. You know, just let them tell on themselves. Keep going, Brian.
You double down. But where you are in life right now is because of conscious or unconscious decisions that shifted your behavior.
The zooming in and out, it's how the video is on his end. So I don't even know if there's anything that could have been done for that. So I apologize. If you're sensitive to motion, just listen and maybe look away. If you're able to tolerate that, I apologize. I didn't watch this far through, so you know, we'll try and work through it.
Behavior of action 2 and 3 years ago. The greatest news I have for myself and for everyone is we get to design 2025 and beyond.
And hopefully it'll be without Pruvit. Love that for us.
Based on conscious decisions or unconsciously that we make. I vote that we all.
Hi. May I spend $5
on what?
Coins, because I haven't spent.
1 moment, parenting.
I haven't spent some money in a while, so.
No, not today.
May I ask?
No, because I don't want to do that right
I
now.
want to get new after though.
I understand.
And I'll try to pay you back.
I don't want to do that right now. Can we talk about it after? Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
I'll make it a conscious decision. We know what we want. We're willing to inspire ourselves to reimagine where we want to go, and then we take massive action to get there. That is the formula for anyone that has achieved massive financial success and has created massive lifestyle that they've had, and so that's now a long-winded answer to a very small question you asked me. What is inspired to me? And that word is, it's not something, it's everything. Because if we're not inspired, then we're not living life to the fullest. We're just not. Live an inspired life. Become inspired now. And that's what Inspire is about.
Wow. So profound.
I love it.
Brian, you did that thing. You nailed it, my guy. That was so amazing. So amazing.
Why you always lying?
Okay, but I was lying in that part. It was not amazing. I did not enjoy that. And you said a whole lot of nothing.
Y'all, did that inspire you?
No, Natalie. And you know it didn't inspire you either. So stop it.
See you in the chat. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Mic drop, Tabitha. I see you.
Mic
Give
drop
him
for
some love
what?
in the chat. But he's right. Like, it's about inspiring yourself that allows you to inspire those around.
I have never been more inspired to cover Pruvit more. And in fact, I have another Pruvit video coming out on Friday, an edited video. Shout out to my video editor, Ava. She's amazing. You should subscribe to her channel. Love her. I have never been more inspired to cover more Pruvit videos than I am right now. Thanks, Brian. You're the MVP. Pun intended.
You, which can create an entirely new atmosphere that you get to hang out in and grow your family and grow your business and all great things. So Bu, you're amazing. Thank you for plugging in. We have one more guest tonight as we wrap up. If you all don't know, the president of Pruvit, Mr. Blake Mallon, he is absolutely awesome.
Blake has an interesting past. He was part of Visalis. He was part of the C-suite. I don't know exactly what his title was there, if he was the CEO or president. I'm not really sure. Him and Nick Sarnicola, I think that's how you say his last name. And so Blake has stayed with Pruvit, and I don't know exactly what his role is. I can't remember what she just said. And it was presented like he was going to be this co-CEO, and he does some speaking at the events and on these Zooms. But Nick is starting a new scam. Yeah, called Shoply. They are describing it as TikTok and the back end of Amazon all at the same time. So essentially influencer videos. They're wanting vendors to pay to be featured on their platform to connect with influencers, and the vendor pays the commission. So they want to be like the middleman to connect vendors and influencers, and it's a hot mess. And there will be a video coming soon. I'm working on it. So that's what Nick is up to. Yeah. But anyways, let's hear what Blake has to say.
As well, and I'm sure you'll be able to hear from him at the Inspire event. But we have one thing, the next thing that's coming after Inspire. I know Blake's pumped about it. Blake, you want to pop on and give us some details on the cruise that's coming out?
Pop on and pop off, Blake.
I'm happy to jump on. This call's been absolute fire. I'm sitting back here.
So fire.
Natalie. I'm like, just close out the call, Brian. Just
drop a fire emoji in the comments if you think what they have said is fire.
Laid out everything they need. Good to see everybody. Brian, thank you for always being you and showing up and giving us the message we need with our community. And Nat, thanks for everything you're delivering. Dustin, Jamie Lynn, you guys, I'll keep it brief. And yeah, I do got a couple mentions on the cruise, but I can't transition to that because I am inspired by just the energy that
that was so punny, Blake,
delivering and this event. And I think it has a lot to do with the intention that's gone into it that Brian just gave. I mean, this is an event Pruvit's never done before. We've never had an Inspire event. It's a whole new format. It's going to be a whole new level. Is it going to
come with a whole new playlist?
Convey the energy that Brian just gave to us through everybody that's in attendance, and then create a ripple effect for everybody we're going to reach. And I think it has to do with the intention behind and the energy behind that word. And Brian doesn't know this. He named the event. He put the intention behind it, right? To reimagine better, to take Pruvit to a whole new level, right? To take you as a person to a whole new level. But Inspire Natalie is one of like the words in my whole life that has been like a personal mantra.
Oh,
It's
okay.
I surround myself with it. Matter of fact, you guys can't see because I don't know how to unblur my screen in Zoom. But like if I go back here.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're gonna zoom on a blurred
I don't know if
background.
you guys will be able to see this on the screen. But can anybody read this for me? Can anybody
does it say
read
Inspire?
this
Blake, did you get that from Hobby Lobby? Good for you. Good for you.
for me? Can anybody read it? Can anybody read it? Right? I mean, it's the word that literally sits behind me every single day. And, you know, one thing I learned a long time ago is that to inspire, you must first be inspired. And the sad truth that Brian just, you know, awakened us to is most people aren't, right? Status quo is the not, right? Status quo is people.
Source on that, because there's a lot of people that are inspired just in daily living that are not part of a multi-level marketing company, in my opinion. So what's your source on that, Blake?
Waking up every day and they are not living an inspired life, right? They're waking up every day and they're consumed with stress or overwhelmness or burned out, right? Or just.
Blake, have you talked to any of the promoters in Pruvit? They're burnout. They're tired. They're drinking a ridiculous amount of ketones trying to keep up. All the working for free and the, you know, acting like you have customers and come on. Blake, do you hear yourself?
Just too much or self-doubt or negative talk or all the things that we know are the norm today that are not inspired. And if you ask ourselves, how do you make that shift to be inspired so that way you can be inspiring? You think about it. What does it take to live an inspired life? It takes aligning with the mission that you believe, right, is bigger and greater than just yourself. It means having a conversation where you know you can make an impact. It means showing up every day and doing something you're passionate about. It means surrounding yourself with people who are positive, uplifting.
Oh, he thinks he's killing it right now. He thinks he is just ending this Zoom with a bang. Yeah.
Give you energy that tell you it's possible and tell you you can, right? It's about putting the right things into your body. It's about creating an environment and proximity, right, that expands your paradigm of what's possible for you. Guys, everything that leads to that word inspired is what this event is going to deliver. It is all of those things and more. Right. So I'll extend that invitation. You know, hopefully this is a call to action for everybody to go, wow, I didn't even know this was happening. I didn't understand it's a new event. I didn't know what to expect. That is the tip of the iceberg of what this is going to deliver. It's a prove it first. And it's an opportunity for you to show up, right? To recharge, to renew, to radiate your level of inspiration so you can live an inspired life and then be that inspiration, right, to others as we expand our movement. And we have 2 weeks to get as many people plugged in as possible, which is a millennium in this business. You know how many people that you can inspire to show up in 2 weeks, right? I mean, it could be dozens, it could be hundreds if some of you make the decision. So if you haven't registered, do it. Early bird pricing ends on Friday. I think I just heard our CEO give an open invitation to show up to Kentucky. So we're going to have room for anybody that wants to be in proximity. Another lesson I learned a long time ago, guys, is there's a difference between hearing and learning. There's a difference between learning and knowing. There's a difference between knowing and doing.
There's a difference between ethical and unethical. Blake, write that down.
And there's a difference between doing and being. And one of the things that helps those transitions from just learning something to actually knowing, doing, and being is the environment you put yourself in when you get it. I challenge you guys to elevate your environment for Inspire. If you're just plugged in on a Zoom line.
The amount of people that were on this that ran out to Hobby Lobby to buy that very same Inspire home decor piece Can you imagine?
The middle of a chaotic room with 40 other things going on and totally distracted, you're not going to have the same experience, right? Obviously, the greatest way to elevate your environment is to be in proximity where we're producing it with all the leaders, all the production in Louisville. Take Brian's invitation and show up. If you can't do that, take Dustin's invitation and suggestion and put together the watch party. So now you have an environment of energy and people around, whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, elevate your environment, right? So I want to echo the challenges that you've heard from Brian, you've heard from Dustin. Number one, give me a 1 in the chat box if you plan on being there and showing up.
Give me a 2 in the chat box if you have no desire to go to a Pruvit event ever. Oh, Luna's here. Hi. Okay.
To gain the
Just running.
inspiration yourself and registering by Friday.
A watch party,
right?
like
And then
watching
I challenge
something.
you to elevate your environment, whether it's showing up in person.
Come here.
You keep chatting with me and then you run from me. Now, why do you do that? Because I'm here. I wanted to just hug you. I wanted to just hug you. You know, say hi to the people. You want to perp? Hi. What do you think of Pruvit? Yeah, okay. All right. Not much. There was no reaction. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we needed that. You want to say hi? Oh, she's so pretty. She's a pretty girl. Man, you're making better eye contact than Brian was. Good for you. Oh man, she loves the chase. She really does. She really does. What are you doing? Did you guys see the toe beans? I need to trim your nails. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to finish this video now. Okay. We'll lay together. I have to make dinner after this. After we have dinner, I'll take my makeup off and we'll get in bed. Okay. It's going to be a little bit. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks for hanging out. She's the prettiest of girls. Let's finish this up.
Or putting together a party of proximity. So that way it's not just hearing something, but it really drives what you're going to receive down in to make a real radical change in your business.
Radical.
And that level of inspiration. And I want to echo, this will go out and pulse with all the details. We got the main event, right? Kicking off Friday night, 11 o'clock and 11 o'clock on Saturday, Sunday. But Natalie also said Pro Champs, special invitation on Friday. If you're close to Pro Champ, make the run this month, get in the room. And for the first time ever in a Pruvit event, we're doing a special coaches corner on Sunday. Coaches only, okay? I'm privy to some of the information we're gonna be delivering in there. It's gonna be the first time we have all our coaches, right, in a single environment, delivering next level information. We're gonna make it special. We're gonna over deliver. And I promise.
Wow, I've never heard any of this before. Blake, what you are saying sounds so different than everything I've ever heard with Pruvit.
Promise you it's going to be worth being there. So if you are on the edge of like, do I become a K-Talk, a coach? No.
A K-Talk. Who's signing that certificate? Oh, Pruvit is? Cute. Cute. Can you use that certification outside of Pruvit? No? No? Cool. Cool. Also, it's almost $1,000 to get this ketone optimization or ketone optimization coach or something. K-Talk.
Now
Yep.
might be the time, right? You can go through the certification and you can show up there on Sunday. So that's a private section for coaches on Sunday, Natalie mentioned. I'm looking forward to that as well. Last thing I'll mention, and I'll kick it back to you on behalf of our event team who's texting me before this call. For those of you that are qualified for the Better Trip, how many of you are planning, right, on going with us to the Bahamas on that ship? Give me a 2 in the chat box if you're like, I'm there.
That sounds terrible. I mean, the cruise sounds amazing. The Bahamas sound amazing, but going to the Bahamas on a cruise with everybody in Pruvit, no thank you, no thank you. Imagine all the obnoxious shake-up videos. Imagine all of them just trying to recruit everybody on that ship. Like, oh yeah, you know, we drink these ketones and we have energy and we get the best sleep of our life. How do you have energy and the best sleep of your life? I don't understand how that works. And you know, just, it gives me the ick.
Give me a 3 in the chat box if you're honest and like you maybe have earned some points too there, you know, but you haven't.
I'm sorry, what? Give a 3 in the chat if you're honest? Blake, what? What are you talking about?
Mental commitment yet. Give me a 3 in the chat box if you're kind of like, should I be on the boat? Should I not be on the boat? You guys, I've shared in past community calls. I'm not going to re-go into the story, but it was this exact trip, this exact boat, this exact route that inspired me to think bigger when I was in my early 20s. It was the first time I went out of the country. It was the first time I experienced a cruise. It was the first time I saw that way of lifestyle. It shifted my paradigm of what's possible. It probably opened the door to me to wanting to see the world and wanting to help other people get themselves in a position to do so. It's the power of an experience, okay? It's the same boat. So I know the power of this experience can have on individuals that show up with the right intention, okay? So for those of you that have made the decision, I love it. For those that are 3s and haven't, I'll let you know, and this isn't hype, this is just fact from my event team sitting here. There are only a few rooms left. It is a cruise ship. There are limited rooms. We have a block reserved of only a part of the ship. And when the rooms are gone, they are gone. There are a handful, and literally I mean a handful of rooms left. So if you are number 3 and on the fence, I want you guys to know we're close to totally sold out, right? So this is me nudging to say, yes, it's worth it. Get on the boat. I promise.
Wait, is this a contest? Do people win being able to go on this cruise, or are people buying to go on this cruise? I'm confused with how he's worded that.
So you'll be coming up to me at the end of it saying, thank you for that nudge
Highly doubt
on what
it.
the experience will deliver and create and inspire inside of you. For those that also are going to go, really important details. Make sure you've let us know you've gotten your ticket. Make sure you've registered your ticket. Make sure you've assigned your ticket, all the things.
Why do you have to buy it? I never understood this. Why do you have to buy it, register it, and then assign the ticket? I don't understand why Pruvit has their people do all of that. It's crazy to me.
And make sure you filled out your room form that should have gone out. There's a link to a room form. There's all these things, okay? You got to get the ticket, register your ticket, assign a ticket, and do a room form. If you don't do all the things, right, you're not guaranteed that spot. We will assume that you're not, and that room could be filled. So I want to be super clear on this. Do all the things, okay? So if you haven't got the ticket yet, get the room. There's a few left. And if you have,
so weird.
Please do all the things ASAP, because we want to make sure there's no empty room in our block. Every prover that wants.
That's what it sounds like to me. He sounds like he's selling just a regular event ticket, but it's a cruise. Oh my God.
To be there, we want to have on the ship. And the event team is saying, please, we're almost out of deadline and we need to start giving away and assigning who needs rooms, do those things. Give me a thumbs up if you guys got the message loud and clear. You should have all of that, and it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. So Natalie, that's me being inspired. We got so much. We got a couple weeks.
That's you being inspired? Ooh. I don't know how much the ticket is. Let me see if I can look it up. I couldn't find the event for September. Let's see, Bahamas, Pruvit. Better Trip Bahamas 2024. You have to be an active VIP customer and at least 1,000 NPQV new personal qualifying volume between July 1st and August 15th. You earn, oops, I dropped my pen. You earn travel cash, 500 USD for every 2 new personally enrolled coaches for their K-Talk course. I'm going to turn this down, hopefully. Okay, a little bit. There we go. $500 USD for 2 new personally enrolled promoters with a max or a mega trial builder pack, which is their biggest packages. $200 USD for every 2 new, 3 for free first-time qualifying customers, affiliates, and promoters. $200 USD for every 5 new VIP customers. And then they have bonuses for ranking up. So this sounds like a contest, but the way that he's wording this sounds like they have to buy a ticket. I know that there's things that they have to do to qualify for it from that, but this wording that he is using, maybe it's intentional, but it seems a little weird to me.
To take this call, to make the commitment, to elevate our environment, to bring people with us in Louisville or in a watch party. And then we got an awesome time right around the corner for so many of us on a boat, and special things in store. So appreciate you, all the energy you brought. I'll kick it back to you to round out the call.
Except you, Natalie, you brought no energy.
Sweet. If some of you were like, hey, I don't even know the cruise details. Listen, we went through a qualification period, and if you qualified yesterday, check your email. Yesterday, about 5 p.m.-ish, my time, Central Standard Time, there was an email that went out that said, hey, you crushed it. You have qualified for the cruise. So if you're not sure if you qualified or if you have qualified, go check your emails. That's where you're going to find the actual links to go and take care of all the things Blake's talking about. The cruise is October 18th through the 21st. 18th through the 21st. So be sure to check your email, make sure you're a qualifier, and then that's how you're going to find the details. So y'all are amazing. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Wednesday night. Starting out with something good, hearing from our CEO and our president, Blake Mallon. We also got to hear from Dustin and Jamie Lynn. I'm Natalie Kilborn. Y'all are amazing. I hope you make the rest of your day the best of your day.
Natalie, go have a nap. Goodbye. Go have a, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Go have a nap. Go to bed. Do something. I don't know. Ooh, what a wild ride of word salad and indoctrination and ick. Yeah, that was wild. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate all of your commentary, and let's do something fun. As soon as I am not live anymore and this video posts, let's drop a number 4 in the comments after I end this live, and drop a 4 just to keep people guessing. Because they did 1, 2, and 3. So let's do a 4. I think that would be fun. Shout out to the replay crew. Y'all are amazing. And guys, don't join an MLM. And yeah, don't join an MLM. Really excited that Pruvit's numbers are down the way that they are. Check out the video description for resources and information. And I'll see you guys on the next video, which will be Friday, this coming Friday. Again, it is another Pruvit video. What did I do this one on? Oh, this is on their summer shred. Yeah. Hearing them talk about weight loss all of a sudden when we were told not to talk about weight loss while I was a part of Pruvit is really interesting. So I'm going to talk about that. And I think I have a couple videos that I have reacted to. So look forward to that and would love to see you on that on Friday. And yeah, see you next time. Don't join an MLM. Pruvit. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. Okay, bye.